All right, so welcome to our session on Facebook marketing for your Faberlic business. Let me get my screen in presentation mode here and skip ahead to our Facebook. Okay, so let's look at the difference between all the different types of Facebook accounts that you can have. And I'm going to keep my chat open here. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box. So what is the difference between a profile, a page, and a group? And what do you want to share? Where do you need all of it? Let's take a look at the differences and see what they are all about. So Facebook pages are going to enable public figures, businesses, and organizations to create a public presence on Facebook. Each type of profile has its pros and cons. And if you can handle managing all of them, they are all nice in their own ways for reaching customers, building community, and connecting with others. So your Facebook profile, people are going to send you a friend request. I believe it's still a maximum of 5,000 friends, and then you can follow someone. I think people can also just set their account to only be able to follow, that you can't even do a friend request. So Facebook page is where you become a fan, and a Facebook group, you have a little more control over who joins and whether you want to make that public or private or secret. So your Facebook personal profile, you're going to get the most exposure. You're going to get way more than a business page and more than a group. But you have to be careful and balance that information so that you don't scare away all your friends and family, only posting about business all the time. Make it more about you, make it more real. I like to do more of my salesy posts on Facebook page, where my profile, I like to make it more about me as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman. So a Facebook page, you get to see insights, and you can keep all of your posts business related if you want. You also have the opportunity to create a call to action button and get reviews with a page. A group is going to more likely show up in the personal news feed of people's feed, as opposed to a page where Facebook really wants you to pay to post to boost that so that more people see it. In a Facebook group, you can upload files. You can also create those education guides, which are really nice too for team building. So let's look at some quick tips. Provide helpful info. So I need to get better at this too, not just creating only Faberlic posts, but also creating posts about makeup quotes or entrepreneur quotes, stuff that's industry related that people that might not be attracted to our product or a recruiting post might find interesting. It's a way to increase engagement and build more awareness to your page and your marketing. You can tag people, but be careful on that. Nobody likes to be tagged in posts where it's like someone's sneakers or someone's purse and they're promoting their own business and they tag you and it doesn't make sense. But I love to tag people in recognition. Say you're doing a drawing or you're doing something special for someone. Tagging is great for recognition purposes and group encouragement. So Use tagging when appropriate. Now you can just find a GIF right within Facebook. You don't even have to go to Google Images to find cute pics. Use albums and events to engage users. Let's see, can't see the tips. Can you guys see my Facebook quick tips? Okay. Hopefully, maybe your screen's frozen, Leonie. Hopefully you can, hopefully it'll catch up here. Oops, uh-oh. Okay. And I will also post these slides in our group so you can see them, and I'll post the recording as well. Use albums and events to engage users. So I just started creating albums on my page for the different brands. So maybe one day you want to focus on Global Oxygen and you're all about building your content for Global Oxygen. So you go into the photo bank and you download all those pictures, and you can create an album on Facebook. You can create a blog post. You could create a video about Global Oxygen. Or maybe you want to just focus on one product at a time, but breaking it down by brands is really helpful as well. And I'll show you that what I did on my business page for creating albums, because Google also indexes your Facebook posts and your albums. So you never know when someone's going to be searching for Faberlic Global Oxygen, and you're maybe on the first page of the Google results and it takes them to your Facebook page. You have your link there. They click through and they check out, and you have a sale from an online customer just from creating that album. You can also do events. So you can create opportunity meetings. You could do Facebook parties. There's multiple things that you can do. A lot of times when you're doing training and providing information for your team, it also doubles as a recruiting tool, because people see that you are offering support and they'll want to join that and become a part of it. So a lot of these things are both sales and recruiting techniques, even if they don't appear to be. Join groups and participate. So maybe you wanted, there are a lot of direct sales opportunities and network marketing, opportunity groups. And, you know, I think that you can find quality candidates anywhere. Those are flooded with people trying to recruit. So it's better to find different groups, maybe work at home moms, or think about all the categories that you would fit in. Maybe you're a stay-at-home grandma, or maybe you are just doing this as a hobby. Think about all the different groups you could fit into and participate in those, and bring up Faberlic casually. Okay, so you can join those direct sales groups, and maybe it will work out differently with Faberlic because we are so brand new, and people that are not happy with their current company might come over and be a rock star here. So I don't discourage being a part of those groups and posting as them in them. I wouldn't do that as your only recruiting technique. Be creative to get more exposure. Whenever I post pictures, real life pictures, they always get better engagement than marketing pictures. So if you haven't already, do a photo shoot with all the products that you have. It's nice to take individual shots, because then you can take the description from the website and link to that specific product. Whenever you're including a link, you want it to match up as close as possible to when they're going to check out. So if I'm going to post a picture of the lip charm, I want to post the link that's going to take them directly to this product on my page so that they can check out as easily as possible. So you don't always just want to send them to that main page because the further they are from checkout, the more likely they'll back out and not finish that purchase. Look at your insights to figure out what's working and what isn't. You can always rotate stuff that you've already posted. I do that all the time, and I probably do it too often, but in my opinion, it's better to recycle information than not have any information going out. Limit your Facebook time. This one's a big one. Think about how much time you're actually being productive. If you're on Facebook and people see that and they're just messaging you all day long, and you look back and say, wow, I never did that sales post that I wanted to do. You can waste a lot of time on social media. So be careful with how much time you're on there and how much time you're productive versus just being responsive. Talk about your business on your personal profile. Don't be scared to tell people that, hey, I'm now a Faberlic consultant. I think it's becoming more acceptable because there are so many network marketers now to talk about it on your personal feed. But there was a time where people used to kind of hide that because they didn't want to inconvenience people. But I think we're pretty much over that. I feel like most people are. Make new connections every day. Post a variety of topics. Don't complain. Be careful with your politics and your views. Right now, we are so divided as a world, as a nation. Be careful what you're sharing because you might turn someone away because you're being too overbearing. If you're going to use it also as a business platform, just be conscious about what you're sharing. Obviously, that's your own personal choice, but that's my recommendation. And pay attention to what gets the most likes, shares, and comments. Okay, so marketing on your personal profile. Tell stories about your business. Hey, I was out today and I shared about the Oceanum hydrogel eye patches and I sold one to this lady at the grocery store. That way you're telling a story about your business instead of being like, hey, buy from me. Why aren't you buying yet? Just repeating the same message over and over. Instead, you're telling a story about how you were successful, and it's going to get people to ask you about it. Mix business with personal. Try to be a little more subtle than on your page or your group. Have a positive attitude. Does your personal profile represent your life? So I used to say, make sure that if Faberlic is a big part of your life, that it's a big part of your social media. But I guess I have stepped more away from sharing sort of my personal life, and I don't really know why. Maybe it's because we're not out doing as much exciting stuff anymore. But make sure that it represents your life, that you are sharing a mixture of content. Would you want to join your own team as a stranger? Highlight accomplishments, inspirational quotes, and share interesting information. Think of yourself as sharing information about Faberlic instead of talking someone into doing something. Marketing your business on a page. So this is where you can be more sales pitchy and be more, do more attraction marketing that's more direct at your end goal, whether that's to recruit or it's to sell. Try to engage your audience. That one can be tricky because Facebook's algorithms does not show a page to as many people as it's going to show a group. Rotate your posts. So if you want to build a sales business and you want to team build, make sure that you have equal amounts of posts. If you're just pushing product and then wondering why you don't have any team members, you got to look at your activities and make sure that they match up to your end goals. And then rotate types of posts. So image, link, an update, a video. All these different types of posts are going to affect how many people see it and how many people engage. So check your insights, post at times where you get the most reach so we can see when our audience is online. Post multiple times per day. I think I have like 5,000 people that follow one page. I have like 10,000 people that follow another page. And my posts get shown to like 100 to 200 people. So just because you're repeating information doesn't mean that the same people are seeing it. So that goes to show how small of an impact sometimes a page can make because Facebook really wants you to pay for this sort of advertising. Why post to a group? You have more interaction between members. So I love when you guys help each other out since I'm not always online. It's great when you guys support one another. You find accountability partners. You find people that you have stuff in common with within our group, even if you're not in the same lineage or have the same upline. So that's a beautiful thing about Facebook groups. They are more visible, and you used to be able to invite people by email. I don't think you can do that anymore. So I need to update that slide. But you can add friends, tag people within a group to bring their attention to a specific post. And you can also make people admins with you or allow members to approve other members. All right, so let's dive in to Facebook just to sort of see some of the things that I was talking about. Didn't even mention stories yet. There's so much to do on social media. I think that's why we sometimes get, hang on, I'm trying to get to my personal page here. There we go. Okay, so I did mention today in our group, if you haven't done your own opportunity meeting yet and you're not comfortable doing your own, feel free to share this video. I did not supply a link for signing up with me. It's about a 45-minute overview of Faberlic. I also have very short videos that are just an overview of Faberlic that I do not mention my link. So you do have recruiting materials, even if you're not comfortable building your own yet. Let me pull open the chat here. Okay, business page and a business group. I usually post things into my group and share onto my page. Is that good, or should I reverse that? I would actually do a page to a group. I have several people in my group, but only a few in my page. because they're within that group, they should still see it even if you're sharing from a page. Okay. You can also take your page posts and share them to your personal profile, and that helps build engagement there too. I wanted to point out that I did an email and a post on Facebook about taking Faberlic catalog requests, and I was surprised with how many I received back. So if you haven't asked people if they want a catalog yet, and you're willing to mail them or deliver them, that's a great way to get the brand in front of potential new customers. So I share quite a bit about Faberlic on my personal profile. Not as shy as I used to be. All right, let's take a look at my business page. One of them is Emily's Beauty. And in a different training, I will cover Buffer, but buffer.com is what I use to schedule my social media posts. So a lot of times I want to share the same posts to my page and my group. So this way I can schedule a post, say for Emily's Beauty, and I can also share it to my Emily Seagren Beauty VIP group and to my other page. And then I can shuffle these all so that the same post isn't going to all the platforms at the same time. So it's all the same posts that I load up in there, but then I shuffle them so that I'm getting different ones going at different times, if that makes sense. So check out Buffer if you want to simplify, but take advantage of all the different Facebook platforms. Okay, so you'll see that I have different pictures. And it looks like that picture never showed up, so I'm going to take that off. Something that I also recently did was built the shop. So this is pretty cool, where you can actually tag a product, and then when I click on it, it takes them, so it takes them to my blog, because because then they can click through to the website. My goal is to sort of get my web traffic to my blog first and then get them to my website. Just because we've had issues with people switching to make sure it's all in English, people saying that the prices are in rubles. So I have decided to get the traffic to my blog, and then they can't purchase it here, but it does take them directly to the product on my page. So in the link, I actually take them, I believe I take them, so I would maybe take them directly to the page on the website there. But I think when I was building these, the website was down for maintenance. So it's up to you. If you don't have a blog, you can copy and paste the URL straight from any product page. So for example, let's say that I want to share the Barber Lab. As long as your sponsor number is in the URL, you're safe copying and pasting it. So let's just see. I haven't done Let's see if it pulls up a picture. That's why I really like to use, so that's not very, when I do it through Buffer, I think it actually pulls open the images on the page. Let's see. Oops, I don't want to do it on Pinterest. A lot of times it'll pull open the picture. Okay, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyhow, you can always add the photo yourself. So I have skincare. I've just started sort of building my own images on my computer so that I have them at my fingertips and they're all organized by brand category. So I could go here, and that's how you can get around it showing up in Russian. You can upload a photo, but then still include the link directly to the product. Okay, so Jill, yes, I would do that the way that you are doing it. Post to your page and then share to your group. Let's go into photos. You'll see that I have the different albums, and then I also include the URL on each picture. So if they were to come across just the picture, it's there. It's also in the description of the album. And let's take a look at insights. So we can see here that the Barber Lab post did pretty well. It reached 226 people and had 2 post clicks and 2 reactions or comments. Yes, there is a lot to learn. I actually boosted these 2 posts, so that's why they have way more views and engagement than the other ones. But you can see Barber Lab, there it is. It does well. We have a market for men, skincare for men. I don't think I posted that one. That one got good engagement and clicks. You can also see the times here where my audience is mostly online. Surprisingly, 6 p.m. is the peak there. And then you can see the different days. Post types, so that's where we can see if it's a link or a video. Videos obviously get the most reach and engagement. So that way, when you look at all this information, you can really decide what you're going to post and make sure that you have a good combination of it. Product tagged posts. So I can see that I actually had some people, ooh, I had 3 non-followers click on my products there. So that's good. I just started doing that. So hopefully those increase. I do have a video on creating a blog, and then also on boosting not boosting a Facebook post, but making a Facebook ad. So you can find those on YouTube. You just search for me, you should be able to find my channel there. So you can look either individually at the videos, or I also have them divided in playlists. So Faberlic training, I have all my information that's, helpful for team members. So the group I mostly like to use for team. I do have a VIP group, but I only have so much time, so I do not do as much in there as I should. So hopefully you guys can share more, maybe about what you do in your VIP groups. And I think we'll wrap it up. That was in our own group. I recommend that you go to our media and you go to albums. You can find helpful slides that will help you in what content you want to use. So I have recruiting flyers. I just made some one day. I would love if you guys would help and create some recruiting flyers so I can add to that album. Look at the USA plan and our team meeting for slides that you could post for recruiting. I mean, the 5 principles of Faberlic, why can't that be a recruiting post? Get creative. I promise you there's a lot of content and stuff out there that you guys can use. I also try to upload the images when I do a brand. So I try to do it within our group. So that makes it much easier for you guys. So you can just go in and save them all to folders on your own computer. So a lot of this marketing is sort of like a train where it's going to be really slow to get it going, but once it's going, we'll be cruising and it'll go faster and faster. So a lot of it's laying the foundation right now. All right. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you learned one new thing tonight. I haven't done much marketing training, which I really enjoy doing. So I will have many more sessions to come. Hopefully your creative brains are flowing and you have way too much to do tomorrow. Thank you so much and have a great night. Bye.